While making this video, I did my due diligent research, and I watched about every single YouTube video out there about the beginner credit cards, and I found one common flaw, that a lot of these beginner cards
are not really for beginners.
And I'm not saying this to throw shade at other creators, but the thing is, a lot of these cards are aimed at the Chase Freedom Unlimited card or the Sapphire Preferred card. And while these cards have amazing features and benefits, what they don't tell you is that a lot of these cards, they will require you to have a credit score of at least 670, if not higher. So what I'm going to do right now is give you 4 beginner credit cards that you can get if you have absolutely no credit history. So be sure to stick around to the end of this video, because at the very end, I will reveal my favorite pick, and I'm actually going to be ranking each of these cards as I go along as to what kind of letter grade I would give them, depending on how good they are in my eyes. So first up on our list, we have the Capital One Quicksilver secured credit card.
Secured like with a lock and key?
No.
Bruh.
Think of secured credit cards like a down payment or a deposit that you make on rent when you move into a place. Since you have no credit history, credit issuers don't really know you, and because of that, they don't really trust you, which means that on a secured credit card, your available limit is going to be secured by a specific amount. So if your line of credit is $200, your security deposit is going to be that exact amount. And after you've established a solid credit history with on-time payments, that security deposit is actually going to be refunded back to you. But just know that if there are any payments that you miss or any payments that you are delinquent on, that money is going to be taken from your deposit.
Hey bank, so I got your credit card like 3 months ago and I already maxed it out to $200 and I honestly can't really pay it back. So I'm gonna have to close my credit card account.
Okay, no worries. We just closed your account. Wow, that's great. So when can I expect my security deposit back? What deposit? And with the Capital One Quicksilver secured, you'll get 1.5% cash back on all your purchases, and there are no annual fees. Also, if you travel out of the country, you can use the card freely because there are no foreign transaction fees on it either. And another great credit card is the Discover It Secure credit card, with it offering 2% cash back on all gas stations and restaurants and 1% on all of your other purchases. It can be an amazing card to use if you are just trying to maximize your points and benefits on everyday purchases. It also has no annual fees, and as of 2024, Discover It is actually doing a dollar for dollar cashback match on all of the points that you earn. So let's just say at the end of this year, you made $100 in cash back. Discover is actually going to double that and pass it to the next person, which happens to be your wallet. And the minimum security deposit is that $200 also. But if you're making your monthly payments on time, it's going to be returned back to you. And if you want a higher credit limit, they will give you. Just know that you'll have to put down more money on the deposit. But when it comes to ranking them, I would probably give it a C, just because I think there are better options out there available. And honestly, who wants to put down money for a credit card that you would otherwise not have to pay most other times? Now, I want to mention a bonus category of credit cards, and these are student credit cards. Because if you go to school, many of these credit card issuers will give you great features and benefits and points without having to put down any money down like on a secured credit card, and you're going to be able to utilize it the exact same way. Now, I'm not going to go into depth in this video about them, but just know that these are a great option for students, and if you are a student, it's definitely something that you should consider exploring a little bit more. Now, moving away from the secured credit cards, we have Petal.
Oh yeah, pedal to the metal, dude.
No, not that kind of Petal. I'm talking about the Petal One credit card. Now, this is an unsecured credit card, which means that you won't have to put down any sort of security deposit on it. There are no annual fees, no foreign transaction fees, and you can actually get 2 to 10% back at select merchants with it. Now, with the Petal One Visa credit card, you won't be able to earn cash back on all of your purchases, but its awesome app setup allows you to fully understand how the credit system works, how to stay organized, how to make your minimum monthly payments, also track your credit score and update you alongside it completely free. So this is a good option for those who don't want to put down any money on the credit card, and they'll be able to learn how the credit system works and watch it grow. I would give this credit card a solid score of a B because I don't really want to pay for a credit card, and this one allows me to at least start building my credit history very early on, and I'll be able to learn how it all works. But you can also learn all this stuff by hitting the like and subscribe button down below. So, I mean, there's that too. And the top pick for the first-time credit cards is the Chase Freedom Rise. Now, if your ultimate goal is to travel with your points and maximize them to its full potential, then this card is definitely the right one for you. It has no annual fee, and it earns 1.5% cash back on everything.
Excuse me? Yeah, that's like every other credit card out there, so...
Who are you even talking to?
Bruh.
Now, although a lot of these features might be similar to other credit cards, what makes this one special is that it's sort of more of a long-term play. And the reason I'm saying this is because once you've built and established your credit score and your credit history long enough, you can begin to apply for more powerful Chase cards. And the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal allows you to pull all of your points together between credit cards. And let me tell you something, a lot of these different credit cards, you can get 25 to 50% more value for your points. So let's just say you use the Chase Freedom Rise for like a year, you save up a bunch of points, you get a card like the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve that allows you to get 25 to 50% more points back. Guess what? All those points can be transferred over to them, and bam, before you know it, you have a lot more at your fingertips available for use. And I would score this card an A just because I myself am more of a long-term player, and I would much rather utilize travel and points rather than putting money down on a card and just using it for everyday purchases and that sort of thing. But if you don't really travel, definitely some of the other credit cards are much more worthwhile for your case. But just to note in the very beginning, it's not the time to get as much cards as possible. Right now, it's best to pick 1 to 2 cards, establish a solid credit history, which will take you about 6 months to 2 years, depending on how you make your payments and stuff like that. But the whole point of this is just to sort of start dipping your feet in the water and understanding how the game works in general. Let me know in the comment section down below what beginner card you think is best, and any other credit cards that you want to see a video on in the future. Go ahead and let me know.